Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears to some of the travails and trepidations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And unfortunately, we're seeing a major uptick where female teachers are having inappropriate relationships with preteen and teenage boys in high school. And it is a scary moment in today's time where teachers are crossing the line and having these inappropriate relationships with students. And this is another one. But there is a caveat here based on the teacher's age and who she is married to that makes this story somewhat interesting and unfortunate. So let's go. Disheveled mugshot emerges of teacher 45 found naked in back of a car with male student 17 as she appears in court and has a bond set at $25,000 after cheating on her Department of Defense chief husband. The Nebraska teacher accused of sexually abusing a teenage student has been pictured looking unkempt in a new mugshot before making her first court appearance, where bail was set at $25,000. Erin Ward, 45, was visibly dazed and disheveled in a mugshot released by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office 3 days after her arrest. She appeared in Douglas County Court on Tuesday, clad in an orange jumpsuit, to face one count of felony essay by a school employee. Ma'am, you are charged with a Class 2A felony. That is punishable by up to 20 years in jail, up to a $10,000 fine, or both. Do you understand the possible consequences here? A judge asked in a clip posted by KETV. Ward said yes before the judge advised that she may have to enroll in the state sex offender registry if convicted. Ward appeared alongside her attorney, Jerry Hung, for the brief hearing. She is due back in court in May. The married mother of 3 admitted to having sex with a 17-year-old student after the pair were caught in the backseat of a car belonging to Ward and her husband before her arrest. Ward worked as a substitute teacher at several metro area schools in Omaha, but it was Omaha Burke High School where she met the teenage boy with whom she was found in the early morning hours of April 13th. Around 3 a.m., Douglas County Sheriff's deputies were called to investigate a suspicious car parked on a dead-end road. There, they found Ward and the victim inside a Honda Pilot determined to be owned by Ward and her spouse, the DSCO wrote in a press release. The 17-year-old boy jumped into the driver's seat and sped off in the SUV, crashing into a yard 2 blocks away. He then ran away wearing only a t-shirt, boxers, and socks, and was found about an hour later. Authorities found an Omaha Public Schools employee ID from inside the car. Ward confirmed she was a substitute teacher at Harry A. Burke High School, where the teen was enrolled, and admitted to having sex intercourse with him. Both she and the victim were taken to the hospital to be treated for minor injuries resulting from the crash. As the age of consent in Nebraska is 16, the teacher was not charged with statutory R, but faces a felony 2 Class A felony charge carrying up to 20 years behind bars. Ward, who lives with her family in Gretna, has an adopted daughter who is around the same age as the victim. What an incredible story. Her husband, 53-year-old William Douglas Doug Ward, is a Harvard-educated deputy at the Department of Defense. Doug was appointed deputy director of the Commander's Action Group, and Senior Nuclear Deterrence Advisor at the United States Strategic Command in February. His LinkedIn shows he worked with Strategic Command since 2005 and initially served as Deputy Branch Chief. The Strategic Command, which is headquartered in Omaha, is a military unit that detects and deters attacks against the country and its allies. In addition to his impressive job title, Doug graduated from the Harvard Extension School in 2021 with a master's degree in political science and government. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office announced that it is working closely with Omaha Public Schools amid the ongoing investigation. Burke's principal, Darren Rasmussen, released a statement to members of the community following news of Ward's arrest. We are writing to share that law enforcement has arrested a metro area substitute teacher for inappropriate conduct with a minor. The individual worked at Burke High several days during the 2023-2024 school year. They will not be returning to our school or any others in our district. Our top priority is always the safety and well-being of our students we serve. We take this most seriously. Counselors will be available on Tuesday for students in need of support. A police affidavit detailing the incident has been sealed by the court. Ward's preliminary hearing is scheduled for May 22nd. Here's another story of a female teacher, and her inappropriate relationship with a male teenage student. And I thought this one had several caveats to it. One, that she's a lot older, 45 years old. She's much closer to 50 than to 25. And many of these female teacher and inappropriate relationships with preteen and teenage students, I've been seeing the common denominator of them being in their mid to late 20s, married, etc. This woman's 45, married, several of her own children, and even has an adopted daughter that's around this same young man's age. And she's married to a gentleman who has a high, powerful government position and Harvard educated. How did she get into this mess and this tantrum or this Tangeal situation? I think she had a mental breakdown. I think there are many people that are suffering from stress, depression, and anxiety. There are many people that are in unhappy marriages, and they cannot find a way out. Divorce is not an option. I've done several videos where the spouses have committed heinous crimes like murdering their significant other or their spouse. She did not do this, but she did cheat on her husband, who has a very high governmental position and well respected. But evidently there is something lacking with inside of her. And to make this callous, crazy decision to start having a relationship with a 17-year-old student put her in the hot box, in the hot seat. And there's another common theme that you see with these female teachers: married, dating a teenage boy, having inappropriate relationships, and for some reason, the car is their hotel room. And they never think they're going to get caught in a park, at the end of a dark street, an isolated car there. Of course, the police, if they're patrolling, are going to see if the car is abandoned or if something has happened to somebody, and they happen to stumble upon this 45-year-old teacher who was nude and this young man who was half dressed, engaging in inappropriate behavior. That young man does not understand the reality of what he has gotten himself entangled in. Now that it's got exposed and she got arrested, he won't be able to go back to the school because of rumors, bullying, and all of the gossip that is going to take place. That will be a definite disruption to his learning and finishing high school. And of course, he's going to need therapy as a result of this. She put herself in a very, very terrible situation that the end result does not look very good.